Fresh off being turned down by every bank, this man suddenly had a wild idea. If he bought the office building housing all 7 banks, they would become his tenants. Then they couldn't refuse his loan application because of his race. Every night, Charlie would come to the building. By counting the lit windows, he could accurately calculate the actual occupancy rate. Combining that with the building's annual income, operating costs, and the prevailing market rate of return, he could deduce its true profit and fair market value. Charlie found a well-connected real estate developer, George, and laid out his acquisition plan. George initially thought the idea was crazy. It was one of LA's most expensive buildings, and the owner was white. Charlie didn't argue. Calmly, he explained his reasoning. With 7 major banks inside, buying it wouldn't just secure their lending support, it would give him real-time insight into the housing market. Then he presented George with his precise calculations. George was stunned. He realized Charlie wasn't a dreamer, but a meticulous strategist. Partnering with someone like that was a safe bet, but now they faced their biggest hurdle because of their race. Approaching the owner directly would guarantee rejection. They needed a white frontman to close the deal. Ultimately, Charlie chose Matthew, a young laborer who'd done renovation work for him. Matthew wasn't prejudiced. He'd even spoken up for Charlie when the police came. He had ideals but lacked business experience. Step 1, they had to train Matthew. They taught him golf, upper-class etiquette, and real estate. Young Matt learned fast on the golf course, calculating valuations in his head mid-swing. No one would guess he'd been a common laborer. Next was approaching the building's owner, but at the golf club, security stopped George because of his race, so Matthew had to go in alone. Though nervous inside, Matthew won the owner's respect with an impressive golf shot, securing them a negotiation. Matthew wasn't a natural negotiator, but Charlie told him not to worry. Charlie had already crunched every possible number. Matthew just had to memorize the key figures. During the talks, no matter what price the owner threw out, Matthew was always a step ahead with precise financial data. The owner and his CFO were amazed, convinced they were dealing with a business prodigy. Finally, the building, listed at $2.4 million, was successfully acquired by Charlie for $1.56 million. From then on, whenever Charlie entered that building, bank presidents would rush to shake his hand, leaving the manager who'd once dismissed him deeply ashamed. With the bank's support, Charlie's real estate business soared. He didn't just reshape LA's housing landscape, enabling black residents to move into formerly white neighborhoods. He even got a meeting with the vice president. But Charlie's ambition went further. He took his capital back home to Texas. His father was amazed by his success but still adamantly opposed him doing business in Texas. Resigned. He told Charlie, even with your success in LA, the deep-seated prejudice here isn't something one man can overcome. Yet, Charlie, just like when he was a boy, didn't heed the warning. His eyes still resolute, he decided his first target would be Continental Bank in Texas, the very place he'd shined shoes as a kid. George was firmly against it. Texas is nothing like LA. A black man doing business here could land you in jail. Charlie was determined to proceed alone. Seeing his resolve, George reluctantly agreed to join him on the gamble. Wealth isn't a permanent friend, he thought, but a friend is permanent wealth. They sent young Matt out front again. For safety, George posed as an attendant. But a snag hit the deal. The original owner would only sell 80% of the shares. This meant white shareholders remained in senior positions, preventing Charlie from appearing publicly at the bank. Though the contract was signed, Charlie had to operate behind the scenes. He used the bank to provide loans for residents in black communities, helping them move into new homes and even find stable jobs. However, no secret stays hidden forever. Matt approved over 90 loans in 1 month, far exceeding the usual average of 70. This made the shareholders' families suspicious.